Hi, everyone. It's Thomas. If you're watching this right now, it means that after 2 years of hard work and a lot of help from a lot of people, my album has finally dropped. It's entitled Royal Dance, and you can now listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, and most other platforms. And if you really want to make my day, you can purchase and download it from bandcamp.com. I'll put all the necessary links below. Now, I will be creating some limited edition physical media like CDs and even cassette tapes for people who are into that sort of thing, like me. But for now, the release is just digital. So if you just want to listen to the music, check out the links below. But if you are sticking around, I want to take this opportunity to give thanks and credit to everyone involved. First, there's my wife, Jessica. Her ongoing love, support, and encouragement were vital to getting this thing across the finish line. I couldn't have done this without her. Her playful energy is subtly laced through the background of all these songs. And it all culminates with her recorder solo at the very end of the album. Next, we have Joel LaGrosse, who is the technical director at Summit Church in Orlando. Joel is an all-around recording genius, and I would not have been able to do any of this without him either. Then we have Heitor Lima, one of the best drummers I've ever met. Heitor played drums on every track except for one, which brings me to my next person, Seth Johnson, my brother, who played drums on Tower, which is track 4. They both did an amazing job. And while I'm on family, I want to thank my parents, Raymond and Myra Johnson, for adding their talents as well. My mother played piano for the intro track, which is an adaptation of Jupiter, the Bringer of Jollity. This is one of my all-time favorite classical music pieces, composed by Gustav Holst sometime around 1914. And then on the track Cinnamon Toast, my dad played rhythm guitar and trombone. I grew up hearing both of them play their instruments all the time, and I love being able to include them on this album. Next, we have my good friend Steve Waters, who played bass on the last 3 tracks and is a much better bass player than I am. Then there's Adam Harris, who was responsible for the vintage organ tones you hear on a few tracks, and Tommy Cooper, who played some killer slide guitar on track 4. Then we've got my good friends John Winchester and Garrett Bloom. You can hear John's amazing voice in the background of several songs singing harmony, and both John and Garrett provided constructive criticism throughout the 2 years that I was working on this thing. Next, I want to thank Scott Orr of the YouTube channel Other Record Labels and John Tornblom of Transparent Mastering. Both of them provided great consultation, and John did an amazing job mastering the album and making sure everything fit just right. Finally, I want to dedicate this album to 2 people. First, my wife Jessica, for all the reasons I mentioned a minute ago, and also just because I love her so much. And also my brother Benji, who passed away back in 2005. I want to dedicate this whole effort to his life and legacy. By the way, this is the 2 of us on the album cover, just outside of New Orleans back in 1991. The instant I rediscovered this picture a few years ago, I hadn't seen it in years, I knew right away, hey, I want this to be an album cover. All right, so that's it. I'll put all the links below, and you let me know which song's your favorite. See you later.